Alright guys, this is the fourth Hunter original, or Reverse Aire original ceiling fan. Fourth testing. See if it works. Well, that's very lovely. Let's try another speed. Yeah, the reason I have so much noise is I think it's some vibration. Yeah, it does need some oil. Turn on. Turn off there. At least it works. Yeah, this would probably seem probably one of the fans of I don't know. No, I could be wrong. There was not a lot of fans. When I went to the restore, there was not a lot of fans. Before they replaced these with those Hunter things, those things, most of the fans were not wearing. There was probably like a couple here and there. There was even one that had like a really long pull chain, so I tried to pull it, but it didn't work. Anyway. Okay. Something's not right. At least it worked the first time. Well, it's not, so the power's off. I gotta make sure the power's off. Yes. Probably does need some oil. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's not the case though. That fan probably is just running slow because I think it might have a ground wire issue. But it works anyway. I don't know. I'm gonna have to inspect it. Just get these catalogs off of here. I got this Emerson catalog. And this catalog. And this catalog at Tri-State. They were all for free, so I got to pick those out myself. I wonder, I think it's maybe because of the purple wire in there. You know what, let me tighten it and see what it does. Because, I mean, it's not all the way tightened, but let's see if it does anything. Well, it was working, so that, the good thing is, the good news is that the 2 speeds work. The bad news is that the fan was kind of running slow. I wonder if it's because I think maybe one of the wires is not in all the way or something, or I mean, trying to look near the clamp or something or whatever. Or maybe it just needs to be oiled. And it does work fine though, it spins freely, so maybe it might just need some oil. And the ground wire is just not screwed in all the way. Let me move the ladder out of the way. And power's off, so it should be grounded. If I touch the motor, it shouldn't hurt me. It's actually unplugged right now, so of course I won't feel the ground. Actually, when I did it with the previous run, the previous Hunter fan that I did, actually I don't, the ground wire is not capped on, and that's why it gave me the shock. So I've learned a lesson. Always, put your grounds on, because if you do not, then if you touch the motor, it can shock you. It's like if you feel if you touch the motor while on there, and if it does not ground, it feels like it's like a magnetic electricity. Not really, but just saying. Just ground it. It doesn't look like it's not screwed all the way in, but I hope it's not. I don't want to. Does spin freely. So I don't see why it would slow down. No, let me just oil it anyways, but here we go. Now it's grounded. Let me look inside the switch cap and see what's going on. I don't think it's a ground wire this time because I grounded on there. I doubt it would be that. So I'm going to have to look inside here and see what the problem is. I've been all the way. Let's see why. Unless it was like the black wire, but I like tape it on just firmly there. Not sure. I don't think it has nothing to do with wire. I don't know if it's the oil or something. Let me try the oil it does. Let me try to. I actually taped the black wire on because I think there was a little, yeah, the black wire on. Taped it on as best as I could because then there was a little bit of air, so I just had to like, tape it on. Just tape. I don't know if I should just, let me retape that. Where's my tape? Crap, where's my tape? Here it is. I don't. This coming 4th of July, I will be doing the ceiling fans at my friend's house on the 4th of July. But here's the thing. I'm not going to do them individually because I don't want to, for the time, if I want to spend time, outside in the pool or not. Because, it's coronavirus and there's no evidence about if there's any coronavirus stuff in pools. And that way, I don't have to waste time there. So I'm probably going to do the fans in her house, except the upstairs, because there's one upstairs that it originally had a Hampton Bay Huntington 3 mic brass, just like the one downstairs, but it got replaced with a Hampton Bay Brookhurst. I'm going to get the oil, actually. I'm going to get my oil, and I'm going to... I don't know why it was running slow though, but the good news is the under 2 speeds work. So that's a good sign. Yeah. So like I said, the good news is that the 2 speeds work great. The bad news is that the next speed was running kind of slow. So I hope there's no tripping issues at all. So, sometimes, I think when I tested I think it was the last one, I think I remember testing it, it was spinning like very, very slow like this. And my mother said, the light was kind of dim in the guest room. So that means it has a ground wire issue on the last one. Not this one, but I don't know about this one though, because I actually just screwed in very tightly the ground wire there. I'm taking a little bit more. I think that's enough, but I think, that should be really good. Anyways, let me cap this one back on here. And of course, remember, I think not this past May, but May 2019, if you remember me actually rescuing the fans from their porch. The fans on the porch were the Hampton Bay Gazebos 42-inch fans. And then now I think they got replaced with the Harbor Breeze, 2 new Harbor Breeze, I think Eco Lakes are what they're called. No, I don't think it's that one. I'm going to try and make a video of those Hampton Bay Hugger ceiling fans again. I think I did that one time when I demonstrated the 4 fans, like 2 on the ceiling, 2 on my test room. Because before, so like on this side, it used to have 1 ceiling fan. Now, since I have 2 smaller fans, I get to put like at least 3. So, that saves a little bit of space. But now I'm gonna try to go. Let me say that for another time. But, yeah, I see the oil shaft. Okay, that's enough. That should do it. I don't want to waste too much oil because hopefully that should, because I think it does need oil anyways, just to, I don't know if this motor is so dry. I think I hope it works. Hope it does fix it, but it's probably very unlikely. But we'll see what happens with it. We'll see what it does. I'm surprised that actually it didn't even break because the lights didn't dim at all, and that's pretty good. So, hopefully, this time it should work. Plug it in, turn it on. Something's not right. Yeah, something's not right. So, yeah, let me unplug it so that way I don't. Something's not right here. That would be the ground wire that would be the issue. So it's off, I think. Turn it on again. Nope, nothing. I may have to, maybe I would assume this is high. So yeah. But it does work on the extra 2 speeds. I think it may be one of the wires on the pollution that could be the problem. But here's the thing, like the lights are not kind of dimming or anything, so I'm surprised. I don't know about the room next door to me, but I'm gonna have to go check that out. I'm gonna have to run by for a few seconds and just try it again. So I'm surprised that those two work. So at least these two speeds work, so they work really great. Or either one of the wires is just not. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I did put some oil in there, so maybe let me run it by for a few seconds and see what happens. It probably does need a lot of oil, probably, because it just spins down so fast. Yeah. Wouldn't put too much oil in there, because here's the thing, at test fans, it's usually going to be temporarily. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it just hasn't been oiled for a long time, and I think it just really needs some oil. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Just turn it on again. Yeah, that noise is actually from another fan. Yeah, I think it's because, I think I might know why. It's because, it was kind of a hard time getting that rotor out too. It was so hard, and I don't think it has been oiled for a long time, so I think it really does need a lot of oil. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's probably inside. I think it's probably either something inside the shaft that might be what's going on. Where I took the rotor out. I think it might be because of that. Because it was kind of so hard getting out, I had to, yeah. So I think that's why it spins on. Here, let me turn it on real quick. Turn it back off. Yeah, I think it does really do need oil. Probably does need a lot of oiling. Yeah. So, because I think on low speed it really does spin super slow. So I think, okay, let's turn it off before something happens. Because, I don't. It may not because of anything though, but I'm trying to switch off so I don't get electrocuted. And unplug this before I don't get electrocuted either. It's probably not going to do anything. It's probably not going to, because oil shouldn't harm originals, because I think normally if you put water, I think towards like the wires, yes, it could probably shock you. And I think for originals you do need oil, because a lot of originals you do need oil. According to a video from Charles S. on banana fans, you do not really need to oil those. Yeah, banana fans are made by Evergo. And actually I did see a Menards commercial, and it was Evergo fans that also sold Menards. And Montgomery Wards back in the 80s. I'm more into a Hunter Original stuff. I love Hunter Original ceiling fans, and yeah, probably one of my lovable ceiling fans. It's like probably one of my most favorite ceiling fans of all times. And I don't think Hunter Originals are gonna be discontinued anytime soon, because I don't think they're never ever gonna be dated. Well, they were. Before they were called the Originals, they were called the R52, which they were very similar. They were like stiff, very stiff bearings, but at least the fan works itself. So I grounded it, and it should work just fine. Hope oil should loosen up. I don't know, I think someone did something like this with grease or whatever or something. I don't know, I think they might have used grease. Let me try something. Yeah. Yeah, it would have to be stiff bearings, because, yeah. Stiff bearings would have to be the answer, because it just turns so slow. So that's why I don't think it has been oiled for a long time. Of course, there's probably been oil in the past, but I think it must be due to the motor, the rotor. So, I think this wasn't a ground issue, I don't think. Because I think it may need to be run on high for a few minutes, and then the oil should come through the shaft, and hopefully it should loosen the rotor. But, reverse air originals are dated around the 1980s. So I'm more into the older stuff. I mean, not old, not too old, but I mean maybe some old things. But I like 80s ceiling fans, 90s ceiling fans. So the ceiling fans I like is mostly from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. That's probably what I mainly like. I mean, it's not like this fan cannot move at all. It's just, I don't know how long it's not been used, but because it does spin down within a few seconds, which that's not right. I think it does need a lot of oil. At least it does move better than nothing at all, so it's good. Because I think with most originals I have done, it would work, it would probably just trip the breakers. So thank goodness it doesn't do anything harmful. Now we turn on the switch. Let me try this again. I might have to run high for a few minutes. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm just afraid to be doing on low though, just because it works. Well, my battery's about to die, so I think that will be. So I'm gonna have to go get a new one at some point. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'll be right back. Alright, just real quick because my battery's about to die. So I found out what the problem is that it's not the ground wire. It's actually just needed some oiling on low. So remember before? It used to have been really, really so low. Watch this. So this is basically, this is the speed. So I have it on low right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on here. Starts up really slow, but actually all I just needed is some oil. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off because my battery's about to flash. But anyways, thanks for watching. Do this real quick. Starting to go a little better than it was before.